वो जो आपको बताया था ना, मैं कॉम्प्रिहेंशन टेक्स्ट दिखाऊंगी, अनसीन पैसेजेस. Okay, I will share my screen and I will
Yes.
show you unseen passages and you will answer the questions I ask you. Okay,
Okay.
that is oral. And one you have already done, the presentation one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you will wait for your chance and after 20th of January, I'll do it. Okay, I will start with, maybe I start roll number wise or I will call the child randomly, that you will come to know. Okay, okay, Gaurav, over to you.
Join your hands and close your eyes. Let's start Omkar. Om. Om. Sai Ram.
Saira.
Who wants to read the chapter? Please write I in chat box.
And please on your camera also while you're reading. Only Gaurik's camera is on.
First Suryansh, then Devansh.
Okay. What happened? What happened to the reptiles? You may not believe this story, but I can tell you it is true because I have been to Pambupati, a village on the edge of the jungle. It is on a cliff, and the vast forest stretches below like mossy green carpet. There are many kinds of people in the village: dark, fair, tall, short. They speak many languages. Some eat meat, some don't. Some pray in a small temple at the edge of the forest. Others pray in a mosque some miles away. My name is Prem and I
It
live.
is mosque. It is not mosque. Mosque.
Okay, mosque.
Repeat.
Mosque.
Yes. And Devansh, where are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm making you in charge. What they're reading, you're going to carefully listen and you're going to correct them.
Okay, ma'am.
Mosque some miles away. My name is Prem and I live many hundred miles away from Pambupati. I had heard about the village, but I did never been
I
there.
had.
I had never been there. Then last year something terrible happened. The people of my own village went mad far, far away in a place they have never even been to. A temple or mosque had been burnt down and they went mad. They started fighting with one another. Some had to run away in the middle of the night, and at there in the morning, as I lay
At
in
three.
my house. Yes?
Three.
Oh,
Not there.
uh, middle of the night and 3 in the morning. As I lay in my house, half awake to the sounds of hate and violence, there was a fire. Many houses were burned down in the fire. One of them was mine. I managed to grab a few clothes, some coins, my little Ganesh statue, and I ran for a day and a night, resting whenever my legs would not carry me any further. I jumped onto a train, then on a bus, no tickets, never mind everyone Everyone seemed to be running. Finally, I found myself in Pambupati and I saw some villagers gathered near a well. I ran to them, and before I could say a thing, I fainted. When I
Fainted.
fainted, when I opened my eyes, I saw an old man with white hair, white beard, and shining black eyes bending over me. For the next few days, he looked after me, putting food in my mouth and bringing me sweet, cool water from the stream. He rubbed my feet gently and made the pain go away. Neighbors, strangers, everyone came to visit me. Tell me, grandfather, I said to him one day, I have never seen people like the the villagers here in my village. People fight people fight with those who pray to another god, but here this seems a very strange place.
Here nahi here.
Here, Prem, replied the old man, I will tell you the story of Ambupati. You can take this story back to your village. Maybe it will heal some of its wounds and dry some of its sores.
Now Devansh read.
Okay. Oh, grandfather, I said unconsciously. Don't say that. What I have seen in my village makes me burn with shame. I never want to go back there. But that's exactly why you must go back, he said in a soft voice. I kept quiet. I did not want to argue with him, and I wanted to hear his story. It happened a long time ago. He began so long ago that there were no schools and no teachers. Children lived in caves with their parents and helped them to collect fruit and berries from the forest. At that time, there were no tigers or panthers or elephants in the Pambupati forest. There were only reptiles, many kinds of reptiles. Now you know what reptiles are: snakes, crocodiles, turtles, lizard, and you know that a reptile has scales on its body and it lays eggs. A big meeting. Everyone came. The pretty excited snake, the slow thoughtful tortoise, and a clever quick lizard. And the moody crocodiles, grumpy because they were out of the water. The president of these meetings at was Makar, the biggest crocodile of the forest. All the animals thought he was very important. When someone is strong and powerful, you know it's difficult not to go along with that he say or does. Now one day a strange thing happened. It was week before one of the monthly meetings. Makar sent a letter to the tortoise asking them not to come to the meeting. Ahiste, the big old star tortoise with black and yellow pictures on his shell, very angry, was very angry. What does this mean? He he shouted, "How dare they?" But not one of the tortoise had the courage to attend the meeting. They were so few, the others so many. Before the meeting, the giant Makara polished his teeth with the red flower of the tree by the river till they sparkled. Everyone was waiting for him at the meeting place. Brothers and sisters, he began. All the reptiles, even the beautiful king cobra, stopped talking. Makara continued his speech. I have decided that we do not need the tortoise. I have told them not to come today. Brothers and sisters, can you can you tell me why we do not like the tortoises? The reptile looked this way and that. They felt very uncomfortable. The snake hissed unconsciously. The lizard कहाँ गया?
What happened, beta?
मैं उसने वो एकदम से ऊपर नीचे कर दिया तो सारे वो वर्ड्स गायब हो गए
Okay,
हमसे
अब यार
ऊपर.
हो जाता है कभी कभी.
Yes, ma'am. The
And the
lizard wriggled
one second, the
their
ones who
tail.
come here, please say Sairam so that your attendance comes here.
The lizard wriggled their tails. The crocodiles opened their jaws even wider. But, said one little lizard, no buts, shouted Makar. There was silence, I think, said a baby crocodile. No, I thinks, screamed Makar, so loudly that the fruits of in the tree above him rained down. After that, no one had the courage to speak. Makara cleared his throat and showed a few more teeth. Well, he said, I will tell you why we don't like the tortoise. They are so slow, so stupid. They even carry their house on their backs. Whoever heard of such stupid things? Now, you lizards, live in the trees. Would you ever carry a tree on your back? Would you? Small frightened voice answered together, no, we would not, but no buts. Now listen, I have told the tortoise that they will have to move out of Pambupati when they go. We will have more of everything, more food, more water, more space. I want them out by tomorrow, but because they are such slow coaches, I have given them 1 week. By next Tuesday, we will not have a single tortoise left in this jungle, and by the following Tuesday, they were all gone. At first, the animals were sad, but then realized that was Makara had said that said was true. There was there there was a more food, more water, and more space for them. But soon a strange smell began to fill the forest. It was smell of rotting fruits on the ground, rotting animals in the river. This was what the tortoise used to eat. Even the makkar had to go about holding his nose with big claws. A month passed by.
Gauric, give chance to the weak children also. You keep changing the person. Give
Okay, ma'am.
Prince chance. Prince, Bhavya. आप chat box पे तो देखो सर. And what has Dhananjay done in this?
मैम अभी वो करेगा.
Oh, he's going to show the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then give chance. These so many of them have written in the chat box, and Dhananjay should help you now. He should guide you that this person is writing.
Arash,
No, you give someone else the chance. Angel, Prince, जो regular कभी नहीं पढ़ते उनको दो chance.
Prince Reed,
Tell him from where to read.
Prince,
स्क्रीन शेयरिंग कर A month passed by, and then some things happened all over
Same thing
again.
happened. Same thing.
But this time it was the snake's Markara board,
Makar,
Mark, Makar, Makra ward. Them one
Rod,
of his letters they were to leave the and forest, and since they could move fast, they had to go in a day. And Naga, the head of the snakes, pleaded for
pleaded.
more time, but Makra would not give in. It the meeting he
He
singled the
silenced.
he singled the other the lizard and crocodile with even louder shots.
He
The
silenced. Is it silenced? He silenced the other. Silenced होता है चुप कराना.
yes, he
Repeat
silenced
silence.
others, the lizard and crocodile with even louder shots. The heater snakes
Shouts.
smelly, he said, and they make funny noises. Who went such wide
Weird.
creatures around? Again, no one had dared to disagree, and with Makra, and so the snakes left. For a while the animals of the forest were happy because they had been a little afraid of the snakes. Snakes, you you can never now then one of them might lose with temper, with speed, with some well at you, and
Venom.
venom at you, and it took only a little poison to kill you after all. मैम ये भी पढ़ना है ये द लेजर्ड वाला मैम
नहीं.
a
Yes,
few
yes,
weeks
you have to
passed.
read this. Read, read.
The lizard were also ordered to
Prince,
leave and
Prince,
yes
एक
ma'am
minute. Tell lizard. Lizard बोलो.
lizard
Lizard.
lizard
हाँ, lizards.
The lizards were also ordered to leave, and the whole forest now belonged to Makra and his group. The crocodile faced unforeseen problems in absence of
Absence.
their fellow reptiles. They soon realized that there happens
Realized. Realized.
realized that there lay in their fellow creatures
Creatures.
and homecoming. A few weeks passed, and the animals of the forest looked tired and few of the rats now that were there 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 were no snakes to eat them. The rats had taken over the forest, and they were having a wonderful
time they were everywhere uh, on the tree, in the grass, in the vessels, uh, in the vessels on the ground. They ate up to They ate up to the eggs of the lizards and crocodiles. There would be no babies. That their makra nest of eggs had been cleaned up. Then makra and a great idea. I called the meeting of the crocodiles and said, "Bull, it is wonderful if we the crocodiles could have the boo."
Now Arish will.
Yes, it wouldn't.
What happened, Arush? Your voice is not clear.
Even change color. How can we trust someone who is green 1 minute, red the next? Let's get rid of them. By now, the crocodiles were really scared of Makara, so they clapped and cheered. Makara was pleased. The lizards left the forest, some with the babies on their backs. Le- But now, when life should have been wonderful for the crocodiles of Pambupatti, all kinds of awful things began to happen. To begin with, the rats grew bolder by the day. They became so fearless that they jumped and turned somersaults on the crocodile backs. And there were too many frogs. They seemed to the growing larger, and there was no one to eat them but the crocodiles. These huge frogs began to eat the baby of crocodile and the insects. Who now that the lizards were grown, there were millions of them, growing bigger and nastier by the day. It was a terrible time for the crocodiles. They could not understand the had happened to their happy forest home. Then one day, a squeaky little voice peeped up at one of their meetings. We know why the forest has gone crazy, don't we? Mm, Suddenly, everyone was silent. They looked at Makara fearfully, but to their surprise, he looked nervous. He shook at a rat off his tail and asked the small crocodile, "Why, little fellow, it all began with a toad." Okay, said Makara. "There's no need to talk so much." Makara did not want to admit her was wrong, but the strong or powerful or always right. They sent urgent message all over the place for the tortoise, snake and lizards to come back to Pambupatti. And what a great day it was when their creature came back. Family after family, what their little ones on their backs, or staggering behind, shouting at their parents to wait for them. In 2 months, the forest was back to normal. The rats disappeared, and the insect and the smell, and the world finally went back to its familiar old self. When Pain
Gorik,
said to Old Man,
please change the
"Have you
person.
fallen asleep? Did my story remind you of the dreamland?" I shook my head. "No, grandfather. I was just thinking maybe it's time I went back to my own village because I have a story to tell them. But what if they don't listen to me? When you only keep at it, my son, tell these stories again and again to more people. Mm, Some of them may laugh at you and say your stories are not true, but they may remember them one day and understand that each of us has a place in his strange, funny world of ours. Rai Waitkar. Ma'am completed.
Now Dhananjay present the screen. Dhananjay present screen. Dhananjay,
Dhananjay, those children who have not done the presentation will get 0 marks, remember, like Alfez and all. कभी आता ही नहीं है अल्फेज, नाम लो तो गायब हो जाता है. यस धनंजय, अपनी आवाज सुनाओगे? शक्ल तो दिखाओ. है ना धनंजय? ये तुम कर रहे हो, कोई और कर रहा है? कैसे माने हम? यस गौरिक, आर यू श्योर दैट ही इज डूइंग इट?
yes ma'am.
कैसे पता? वो तो अपनी शक्ल भी नहीं दिखा रहा.
Dhananjay, please your video on कर.
On your camera also.
उसने screen sharing बंद.
Stop the sharing.
Dhananjay,
हाँ धनंजय, आप शेयरिंग क्यों आपने बंद कर दी?
मैम अगर शेयरिंग करते तो कैमरा नहीं खुलता.
हाँ ठीक है फोन से. हाँ,
Dhananjay screen.
and speak something also, you'll be explaining it properly धनंजय, सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं है. Wait beta, Atishay, just wait.
Dhananjay, please on your mic.
सामर्थ्य, आपने भी नहीं किया है ना प्रेजेंटेशन अभी? ऑन योर माइक.
मैम मैंने
मैं सामर्थ्य की बात कर रही हूँ. What happened धनंजय?
मैम वीडियो शेयरिंग करना है.
हाँ बेटा.
Dhananjay, please play the video.
ये गौरिक ने भेजा, तुमने नहीं ढूंढा अपने आप?
नो मैम, उसने ढूंढा था पर उससे भेज नहीं रही थी, इसलिए मैंने उससे बोला कि कौन सा वीडियो, उसने बताया, फिर मैंने देखा.
अच्छा, but he should learn how to download it and how to search, ना? अगली बार उसको बोलना अपने आप करे। क्या हो रहा है धनंजय? The video is not visible.
Dhananjay voice is not clear.
What is he doing, गौरव? इसको सिखाया नहीं क्या?
मैम
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 सिखाइए।
नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा।
तुम अपनी चांस में यही बोलने के लिए वेट कर रहे थे क्या? हैं? हाँ, अब आ रहा है। We can see your screen.
मैम आवाज ही नहीं आ रही।
मैम उसने ईयरफोन लगाए हैं ना, इसलिए नहीं आ रही है।
यस मैम उसकी
ईयरफोन
आवाज
हटाओ धनंजय। धनंजय क्या कर रहे हो तुम?
मैम वो थोड़ा नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम है इधर।
आप उधर बैठो ना जहाँ सिग्नल सबसे स्ट्रांग होता है।
धनंजय वीडियो डाउनलोड करके रख देता।
अगर पहले से डाउनलोडेड होती वीडियो तो जल्दी चल जाती है। ये सब प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती। अभी सारी आपकी ना रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है।